Holy days! For just a moment there, I actually forgot that we ended up with twins last time! Oh my goodness. Alright, this is going to be pretty fun to sort out. But hello everyone and welcome back to the Ukir tribe. We are here on our rest island, and it is hopefully going to be a place where we can gather up plenty of food and resources, though so far we've been proving to be kind of short on the resources, and we are getting ready to scooch everybody over here, and a lot of you guys want us to go to the jungle tiles, and I fully think that would be an amazing adventure. But remember, we're gathering up resources so that we can jump ports, I finally got it right this time, in order to go searching for the snowy islands. And there's a few things we need to do before we pull that off, one of which is make sure we don't lose the precious prehistoric genes that we've managed to snag from the ice block so far, which means that our beautiful black rose, who really unfortunately took a bit of a wallop from that nasty predator last time and has lost a few of her precious days of life. I think that's like 2 baby having days we have now lost because of that awful predator. But she is here giving birth to as many creatures as possible to pass on her beautiful hammertail genetics. And one of the creatures she just had was little Jasmine here. Jasmine does have an active hammertail and an active armored body. That would be really, really good if we can breed her against another creature who might have the armored body and inactive hammertail. Bonus points if it can be a male with full armor body, but I don't think we have many of those. Yeah, unfortunately, Vitanu. Over here, Orim! So Orim might be her mate. He does not have the hammertail, but I would love to see that armored body come in. And their child might potentially inherit the hammertail recessive, so that would be a definite perk. But we've got a lot of creatures we need to start mixing and mashing together. A lot of you guys have been saying, yes! Shadow and Azula! Shadow and Azula are a match made in heaven, you guys. So Shadow over here is the child. Let me check to see if I can figure out. Oh my goodness, we have so many creatures right now, which also brings us to another point on the fact we're running low on food. But he's the child of Black Rose and Budo, and so he can actually go ahead and be mates with Azula, the half-sister of Zuko, appropriately. And Azula over here is also the child of Black Rose and Budo, but we 100% lucked out at the fact that they have opposing immunity genes, so they are directly blood related, but hopefully those opposing immunity genes will mean that we'll be able to get immunities healthy, and we'll also potentially see our very first offspring from them that will have armored body and hammertail. So preserving those precious prehistoric genes. And on that note, we do have a few creatures with mammoth foot, like Amor here, and a lot of you guys are quite tickled that Amor means love in many languages. So he's over here with recessive armored body and recessive, or like one, I should say, mammoth foot, and I think it's pretty cute. I think he likes to stomp it around or wave it at the other creatures, or maybe use it to like bam up against that tree and just knock down the nuts from all over the place. That seems like something he might enjoy doing. And we have Anka, who has just given birth to little Rune, and thankfully Rune managed to mutate in those antlers to give her a wee bit more strength. Otherwise, she just has mammoth foot, and we've been thinking we may actually start using gemstones again to sorting creatures into this is for breeding, this is going to be for resource collecting groups, which we do probably need to do if we're going to make some progress with pinning down the prehistoric genes and moving on. So let's see, is there anybody I could breed Anka to? She has about 2 days worth of breeding left. We were trying to play it careful with the immunity genes by having her breed with Tata, who is definitely a trickster this time around because he has been reincarnated, in case you guys have been following along for a long time now. You will know about Tata, our trickster god, and his ways of kind of pulling unexpected tricks in our tribe. And every time we have a creature born named Tata, we say it's the reincarnation of the trickster god. But he bred with Anka, and it's just that none of the other traits we're after, the armored body, the hammertail, they aren't present. So I wonder if I should breed her with Raju. And just, it would be a risk on that double up E immunity, but there's a chance that we might be able to get in recessive armored body. Man, and Orim is not going to grow up in time. I think the only other male I have is Budo, and I don't know if Budo can scooch all the way over to Anka in time. You know what? I'm going to give it a go. Anka is actually going to scooch over here. We're going to breed her against Budo, and try to get one more mammut foot. Even though we may end up with an unhealthy creature because of the doubled up immunity, I think that's the way to go. Gosh darn you, koi fish, I don't have time for this nonsense. Okay, good. Anka got herself out of there. And then we'll have Tata kind of stay over. Can he get those fish? Why can he not get those fish? Does he not have any attack at all? He should be able to get those fish. Does he have to be in the water to get the fish? Apparently those fish are just ungettable. Man, that's a little annoying. Oh well, he can just sit inside of the stream because he's Tata the trickster and kind of help out little Marimi with gathering up those berries. All right, so let's see. Everybody moved over here. Raju is going to kick this tree. We'll have Windia step over. Windia has had this beautiful, healthy baby Orim. Who was the mate? I'm pretty sure it was Raju, or was it Tata? I think it was Tatata, now that I remember correctly. So let's see. Orim, who's your father? Tatata. All right, well, Tatata's up here, and he's been mortally wounded, unfortunately. So we'll have him move over here and mate with her. We've now left a baby exposed. That wasn't on purpose, but I'll move Windia up here, and she can take care of little Rune. There we go. And then I'm going to Lalika really has some beautiful, healthy children. Vanuta and Ruki. Ruki, yes, look at you. She's got the armored body. And Vatanu has recessive armored body, at least. So they have some healthy children, but we're running kind of low on food. So I think we might shift gears a little bit, and we'll focus on gathering up some food. So Zokir is a digger, and that's all he can do. But, oh, there's some moles nearby. He can also help out with trying to gather up some nesting material. So that's kind of what the shift is going to be. I think the Nest sisters, if not Katie, because she just came over here from this other side of the island. I think that Laika and, Lakila and Windia are noticing there's not really a lot of food, and I think they're kind of taking all of these little crackerjaw children under their paws, and they're teaching them how to eat from the trees. And these two lovely ladies, who are wonderful mothers, are actually going to start encouraging other members to start working their way over to the other trees they can see in the distance and start gathering from those, because there's not enough food to really keep a growing tribe quite happy, and they're a little concerned about that. Alright, so now all of those things are done, and we're going to come down here and see what is going to be going on with Black Rose. I am going to move in the normal eyesight, and since Black Rose is the one having the child, I'm going to put Runner's Leg in too, because we've had a lot of frog foot lately. Like Tria here actually has the webbed hind legs, and someone pointed out we probably want to switch over. Actually, I need not Runner's Leg then. I need normal hind legs. There we go. And so we probably want to try to make sure that the webbed doesn't get through. And I think that's because Black Rose has inactive webbed, and so does Budo. And I'm not sure if Kunu does. Yeah, no wonder! So we had a lot of inactive webbed legs going on, and we wanted to make sure to get rid of that. Oh, and we have a little baby, Jasmine! You want to scooch over here and help out? Alright, so let's go ahead and see what Black Rose's next child is going to be. Hopefully she can have a few more. Hello, little one! Oh, really? Really, Mr. Rude? This is where having, like, more creatures with armored body would really be a little more helpful. But even though, look at this. Oh my goodness. Oh no, I'm really super duper low on food. Not good. Code red. Like, literally a code red. And we just had another baby. Hammertail! How did you end up with full Hammertail? Who the heck was your father? Expose your genetics to me, child. What is your name? Alright, his name is Dukro right now, but we're going to rename him. Let's see, Alik, actually. There's tons of awesome names. You guys are leaving more all the time. I'm adding it. I must have hundreds to my awesome niche list now. So let's find out who Alik's father is. Kunu? Kunu! Oh, Kunu! Kunu must be related to Kois! I've got it! No wonder! Oh, that's brilliant! That's brilliant! I'm so excited! We have a strong Hammertail gene that will be able to continue moving down through the family line. That's such a relief. And I've also got to move Kunu over here. And I'm going to move Black Rose over here, have her become pregnant. And Budo actually can step over here, and he can take over attacking this creature, and so can Tria, because Budo and Tria both actually have the armored body, and I think this guy only does 2 attacks, so no matter what he does to Trio and Budo, nothing will happen to them. They can show off the fact that they've got some really awesome genetics that way. Azula, she is going to be mates with Shadow once he becomes of age, but we need to focus on food right now. Alright, good job, Azula. The tribe won't starve for at least 1 more day. And then I need to get Anka pregnant and giving birth, like, now. And she needs to mate with... No! Budo! But she has terrible, terrible fertility. So we'll have to see if we'll ever be able to make that work out. And then Jasmine... Let's see. She can do a little collecting and a little digging. Can she sniff out any roots? There's some roots over here. So we'll have her do a little bit of work over there. And then Kunu, can he smell anything? I'm not going to let him go near, I'll have him gather up some of that material. I'm not going to let him go anywhere near the predator because I'm sure the rest of the family can handle that. And Zuko, do I want to be breeding Zuko? He does have Hammertail. I'm going to give a blue in the middle to show that I'm thinking about it because he may have, we'll give him 2 blues to show that he has 2 of the recessive things that we're really thinking about that we really want. Or maybe we'll give him 2 yellows, maybe, to show that he has the recessives. Or maybe I'll do 1 blue. It's really helpful to have these gemstones. I'll do 2 blue at the back to show that he's got recessives. And if you have a blue at the front, it shows that you have a dominant that we really want. So we'll have to just try that out. But Zuko, with those kinds of genes, recessive hammertail, recessive armored body, he's a little too closely related to Azula for breeding, but maybe we'll find hammertail recessive hiding somewhere over here. That's a male. Zokir, why? Also male. Hammertail recessive at all. Yeah, I think starting to mark everybody. Aha! Like over here, Mrimi has recessive armored body and hammertail. Would she make a good mate? No, we're still sharing that immunity E. But it may be better than nothing. So I'll give her a couple, because she has 2 recessives, a couple of those. There we go. We'll go ahead and gather up that. We can go ahead and have Vanot gather up this. I think he'll even destroy the bush. Oh, dang it, it didn't give us anything. I was under the impression it should have given us something. And then I'll move over here. Samora can work on gathering up clams. And then Katie can help out. I feel so bad. Katie took damage from gathering from a cactus because we were hoping her armored body would protect her. It does not, just so that you guys don't commit the same tragic mistake that I did. All right, and then Tatata. Did he manage to get Lakila pregnant? I don't know. No, Lakila is mates with Raiju. He managed to get Windia pregnant. But speaking of pregnancies, I think this is where the females... Okay, so Zokir does have some of the recessives that we want. Hammertail and armored body. But he has other things we don't want. So I'll give him a little like red gem just to show that he's not an ideal breeder. But he does have some of the traits we're looking for. So let's see, can he move over here? Look, there's one of the plant curing things. Oh my gosh, I could give it to one of my creatures who I want to live longer. Tatata, are you one of them I want to live longer? Probably, he has armored body and hammertail recessive. Oh my goodness, like he could potentially breed with Mrimi and possibly have a healthy child or a very unhealthy child. We don't really have a choice in the matter lately. Tatata, move it. Your son has found you a plant that has, yay, look at that, restored him. I would give it to Black Rose, but she wouldn't get over there in time. All right, and Tata, the trickster god, is going to, I guess, wiggle his way up. I mean, why not? We're just going to have him kind of scooch over here, and we'll have him explore across the waterways this direction. I think he's just going to kind of be an exploratory guy. He's got 1 recessive that we want, but for the most part, he doesn't have anything else that we want. All right, and then Meme, excuse me, it does happen to have one of the things we definitely want, but just 1. She has the armored body, and that's super awesome though. So let's see, she's gonna gather up these berries, and that will hopefully feed the tribe for another day. And then should I kick, oh, we already kicked the tree, darn. All right, maybe Raiju, let's see, now what? The kids can start helping out with the berry gathering in just a second. There's enough of them. And they can start helping out with the nut gathering too. So I'll move him over here. And then Raiju can start collecting clams as well. And Amor, I think that the mothers are starting to be very adamant, especially because they have armored body. So traditionally, they aren't as leery as other tribes might be about their children exploring. But any of the children, Amor has recessive armored body, and he has one mammoth foot. And then Rune has one mammoth foot, but that's all. And she's mostly, we aren't planning on breeding her, but we'll send her this way. We'll send Windia over here, and she can have her baby. But I really feel like the mothers of this area, and Katie is so fast, she'd kind of be wasted here. So we'll let the little ones stay and work on gathering up around the nuts, actually. But I really feel like the mothers over here would be very insistent on the creatures starting to wander around, especially anybody with armored body. I think we might start really pushing hard to mostly be breeding our armored body creatures, but I really want that hammertail too. All right, so let's see what happens with this predator preying on the nest. Oh, and we've got Zuko to move. I don't know what to do with him, because the other thing is he's not ideal because of his double digger paw. One digger paw would probably be okay, and he can do a little attacking, but he can't do any collecting. So I'm gonna give him like a red mark just because it's not 100% ideal, and he can gather up some nesting material for now. All right, so Black Rose is gonna have another child, and we're going to see how Tria and over here Budo managed to face off against this predator. Dun dun dun. Oh, nothing happened with this predator. He just has to sit and wait. That's so funny. Okay, can we get him? Almost. He's being knocked down. He doesn't have, well, we're not exactly super strong, but at least we can do something. Here, I think Azula might actually help out. All right, she can do a couple knocks, I think. And then another one. All right, and I guess Zuko might as well help out too. Another one, because I need to save Budo. There we go. So we managed to take him out. And now we can have little Alik scooch away. And then we're going to have Anka. Yes, okay, so Anka is pregnant. And then we have Black Rose. Black Rose, you aren't going to be able to have your baby in time. Oh boy, I really need you to have another baby. All right, let's go ahead and see which one this one is. Rilasi with normal hind legs and normal eyes. So she's insistent on being as healthy of a little creature as possible. And we are going to rename her Yelena. Yelena, there we go, which is another name that you guys have suggested from our gigantic amazing name list. All right, wonderful. Black Rose, if you could destroy this nest. Oh my gosh, that's just enough. Step to the side, and now conveniently become pregnant. Are you pregnant? Then I think she can have one more child. I think we pushed that hard enough that she can have literally one more child, and we'll have Kunu, who I think is her preferred mate, to be completely honest, stay by her side during that time. And now Budo can go ahead and clear away some of the grass kind of crankily. Like, all of these annoying predators keep showing up. Would they even call them predators? Like stink dogs? What would they call them? Because he doesn't have to worry about getting chewed on by it. I want to get all armored body going in most of our tribe. That just seems like such a good idea. All right, Meme, I should probably start trying to breed you. I kind of honestly needed a full-bodied creature with Hammertail who was male more than anything. And that's not what I'm going to get. So, well, we'll focus on food for just a minute. All right, we'll gather those up. Samora, can you smell? There's a clam right over here. And there's actually another clam right over here. So we're going to take it from that crabbit. And then let's see. I think we're going to go ahead and destroy this nest because that mother figure would be like, this nest isn't the super important thing right now. And then we'll kick the tree, gather up that nut. And I just really feel like Lailika and Windia, Laikila, there we go, and Windia are very insistent about the children starting to head out and do some exploring and try to find something useful to help out the clan. All right. Ooh, like a permanent nest. Good job, Katie. That's like what we're talking about. All right, and Ta-Ta-Ta, thankfully you're gonna live a little bit longer. You sometimes throw full-blooded armored-bodied children. And now we have, oh, Corey's reborn. But we're going to give her a new name. We are going to give her the name, apparently Janeway, from one of my favorite series, Star Trek Voyager, that you guys have left in the comments. So now we have probably a very commanding little baby Janeway, born in the peak of gathering season, which is what's happening with our creatures right now. Why can I not get those fish? Is it because they're not close enough? Yeah, I can't get those fish, unfortunately. So Tata, you're kind of not helping with the fish thing. But let's see. Janeway has been born. She has recessive armored body, but nothing else. I think Windia has been mating with Ta-Ta-Ta, and they occasionally can throw a fully armored bodied child. So Ta-Ta-Ta. All right, Windia's pregnant. And she's jumping into the permanent nest. Wonderful. And I mean, yes, we are trying to have our creatures focus more on being able to find food. So, you know, actually that isn't the best result for being able to focus on just gathering food. But little Rune has made her way over to a tree, which is sure to make everyone happy. And now little Ruki can quickly follow behind. So there we go. And then let's see, Vatanu, I guess he can go ahead and he'll just destroy this nest. Better to gather up the material than just waste it. All right, Marimi can gather up from this berry bush. And then Vanta, he can actually... let's see, are there any clams nearby? It's so weird how you like hear clams. You can see the clams when you hear them. But they're a little bit deep in the water, and Tata can't even help us out with those because he does not have the ability to crack anything open, unfortunately. So he can't help us out with any of the clams. Let's have Meme go ahead and gather that up, and she can gather this one up. And then we have little Jasmine, who can help reveal that at least. Wonderful. All right. So we've got some of the last children of Black Rose and Anka, and we're going to have to really start focusing on the genetics again. I'm going to have to just like maybe take some time to sort of sort everybody on my own, then come back and specify who's going to be bred with who. But I think a lot of our hopes for the future are actually going to be pinned on Shadow and Azula, which is going to be kind of fun considering their namesakes. All right, so Anka and Black Rose may very well be giving birth to their very last children. We are actually going to... Hind legs should be fine. We just don't want to put in anything that affects the front paws because we want Anka's mammoth foot to continue on. And we are going to cross all of our fingers to hopefully have more of those hammertail full-bodied children. And Alik here is actually going to be quite a prime breeder, and we will breed him up against some of our full-bodied, armored-bodied girls. So I think this will work. Another generation or two and we'll be ready to go. So we need to start focusing on food a bit more then. All right, Black Rose, Anka. Man, I'm gonna miss these two. Oh, Black Rose. Oh, Black Rose! She left behind a full-blooded son with hammertail and recessive armor body. Oh my gosh, that's even better than Alik. Oh, Black Rose, thank you! She did her best, you guys. Oh my gosh, that's actually extremely amazing. I'm just zipping through the names really quickly to see if there's anything. We've already named one Shadow. Let's see. Those names don't really fit. I'm just, man, I am gonna miss Black Rose. She was just such an amazing creature. All right, I need to not be too picky about names. I just need to glance over. And now we have Zeke. And I really like that name. It's nice and clean and crisp, and we're going to be breeding this little guy up for sure because he has good fertility, he has normal blood clotting, he has recessive armored body, and he's got hammertail. So his story may really be an amazing one to tell, that we're always going to have to remember that he was born with his mother's bones around him, and that's always such a sad thing. But Anka has managed to have one more baby. I don't think she might be able to have one more child, and this may actually be quite a helpful little one because Komiana, who we are going to actually rename, let's see, let's go with let's let's go with Talia. So that's another name off the list. Let me make sure I remove both of the ones we've used. But little Talia here actually has mammoth foot and she has armored body. So she might be one we'll experiment a little bit with. But oh man, you guys. Oh, I'm gonna miss them. I'm gonna miss them so much. Oh my gosh. What? There's a little panda hiding in the nest down here. What? What? Look at him. He's the coolest ever, and he has recessive hammertail. Oh, fall to my knees. This is amazing. His name is Taurus. Oh my gosh. Wow. He's so cool. Windia, your son is awesome. Okay, this is gonna play out quite well, I think. We've got Taurus over here, and he's got full armor body, and he managed to have recessive hammertail, and so now we just need to find females who have armor body, and they also have recessive armor body and recessive hammertail somewhere. We're gonna make this happen. We're gonna make this happen somewhere, somehow, blending together the genetics. We're gonna make this happen, but we might have to be very careful about having any more babies for a while because we're running quite low on food, and my over-eagerness to preserve certain genes may actually make us starve. So we're gonna let the mothers of the mother's nest start taking over, guiding us and dictating that we get more food before we go around having all of these adorable, beautiful babies. Jasmine, you happen to have recessive armored body and you happen to have hammertail. Jasmine, I may have the perfect mate picked out for you. We're gonna have to see. And actually, Meme, dang it, Meme, if only you had the hammertail recessive. All right, we'll make this happen. I'm pretty excited about this, but I am majorly going to miss Black Rose. So all right, guys, we're going to spend our final days with Anka next time. We are going to hand over control of the tribe to this little group over here. And I have a feeling Janeway might be extremely bossy, even if she isn't anything super duper special for breeding. And she might help dictate where everybody goes, and we might start really storing away food and gathering up a lot of nuts. I have a feeling they're going to become a nut-obsessed tribe. Maybe they have a certain cookie tree family member hidden way, way far back in their past. But all right, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.